Hi, Davi here, and today we have a new episode in the art review series, and today we'll be checking out the work of EEJU or EEJU or Juaki. Now, I think because there's a piece here, this one, I've seen this before. I'm not sure if I've done or I've featured this specific art piece before, but this one just feels so familiar, so I'm not even sure if I've done an art review of this artist maybe in the past, but we're gonna go ahead and dive into their work anyway. So as you can see just by scrolling through their media tab here on X, lots of color, lots of shape, lots of saturation, so I do like that. It does remind me a little bit of maybe the work of Resetsu. I did an art review of that artist as well. Look at that. There is not much texture actually, maybe just a little bit, but it's not coming from like the brushes. A lot of it is like flat, right? And I just see a lot of like shapes, like it's so apparent, and like triangles, you know. So it's a lot more. It's not as organic. It's a bit more sharp, a bit more triangular-ish, square-ish, very heavy on the shapes. Reminds me a little bit of the work of what's her name? Hiyu, Heuu something, right? Strong shapes. And they're not afraid to really do the shadows bigly, meaning it's mostly just like one shape, you know, right? For example, for this specific character, like most of the character is actually in shadow, and the only parts in light. Looking at the clothing is the certain folds in blue, but that's pretty much it. I do like this style a little bit or a lot because it's just so well. The colors are definitely very attractive, highly saturated. It really makes you want to look, right? And is saturated the word? Maybe vibrant. It's just so colorful, and I do see a little bit of soft brushes being used, but they're very minimal. It's like for like a maybe it's not a soft brush. It's like a blending or a blur tool maybe in Clip Studio Paint. They do have some line work, but it's not. It's sort of a pseudo line work thing, or it usually ends up being colored anyway. In this case, I mean, you do see the lines mainly in the silhouette, but everywhere else, especially within like these major shapes, in this case for these two characters, it's so like it's hard to see the lines basically. But I do like the clarity, meaning the background is so like there's no vagueness. You don't see these two characters blending into the background. Like they have their own shapes, and I do see a slight sort of light line kind of encompassing the whole figure here, you know, kind of like Art Nouveau style, right? And in the recent artist reviewed some of her sketches, what's her name? Merk something, a comic artist. In some of her sketches, she does like to add that kind of a borderline effect in her like traditional ink slash marker sketches. Look at the hair, damn. Gosh, well, it's usually within one color scheme. For example, it's more of a blue field or area, right? But I think the right term here is analogous. I think is the right term. But I do see a lot of that value sort of variation. Like, yeah, it's very colorful, but it's not like they're using the whole hue rainbow, right? They do limit their hues into like one area. But once they've like picked an area, for in this case for this space it's going to be mostly like cools blue, then they try to like expand the amount of values they can add in within that specific sort of field. Same thing here, right? It's mostly blue. Now for this one, you do see two colors, red and green, which are complementary colors anyway. So I do see Clip Studio Paint UI, so they are using Clip Studio Paint. But look at how it doesn't, like for this figure, it's not very 3D-esque, right? You don't see like the rendering of the forms. Like it's a bit more flat. Just think of like a manga. So it's just interesting seeing stuff like this that's more less, like it looks less 3D, but it's still like rendered. Like how do you render something that's a bit more flat? And I think they did a good job, obviously, right? Again, with the blending or the blur tool here. Again, no textures. I just see lots of shapes. You know, for the folds, for the hair. I think that's where you can really see the like their style show through. It's in the hair and the clothing. Like from afar. Like look at this. Right? It's all under the warm sort of temperature. I can see lots of reds here, some yellows, some oranges. So clearly it's very analogous, right? And look at the face. It's fairly simple, but the folds, even the body, oh fuck, sorry, even the body, like the way it's rendered, right? Like oh, this one does feel a bit more. It has a gouache vibe to it, like the way it's being rendered. Because when you paint in gouache, or if you just watch people paint in gouache, like I do, you see them sort of break down 3D forms via shapes. They're not like oil painters or yeah, where they're a bit more blendy, right? Where they like to like sculpt the form. They're really into like lighting and shit. And it does feel a bit more realistic. But for like gouache people, they just like the whole breaking down like forms via shapes. I like seeing the scars too. Look at that. So this guy's kind of like a pirate or something. Looks like it. Kind of hot. Easy. Right, look at their color palette over here. It's all within the same sort of area, right? And I think this helps you, this kind of gives you a bit of confidence because you don't have to be so smart with using colors. You can just pick like one area, pick colors like close to that, and then just vary up the values, and then that's pretty much it. For example, the only thing that's different here, it's mostly in blue, right? The only thing that's really like popping here, or that's in contrast to that, is like these orange sorts of lighting. That's the only kind of complementary thing that's happening here. It's the only warm sort of color, right? And it's a nice touch. So here we have a close-up of the face. Interesting. I like the way the shadow was added for the nose here. You know, a lot of anime artists have very different. I see more variety in the way noses are like illustrated in anime art. Some are a bit more formed, some are a bit more like simple, some don't even exist. It's just a simple shadow, or sometimes it's just a dot. So I like seeing how our artists play with this kind of concept. Okay, so they did use a blur tool for the end of the chin. Is that right? Look at this. Vampire, or this one does have a lot of color, right? But it's more of a design thing. Like it's part of the character design. I do see a lot of tattoos, so maybe this is kind of like a tribal guy. Maybe from Hawaii or something. Or a Polynesian crazy tongue lizard guy. Maybe from Indonesia or something, with the Komodo dragons. I don't know. Wait, is this from somewhere? Oh, look at this. Oh, here we have like two major colors. Right? Oh, it's actually three. You have this character over here, which is in blue, the one on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, it's the guy is wearing mostly red. But in between, you do see a lot of yellow. So what is that? What color combination is that? That's the basic red, blue, and yellow. The three primary colors, right? So again, the color choices don't have to be very complicated for this one. It's just two. It's between cools and warms, right? On the right-hand side, you see more of the blues. On the left-hand side, lower left, you see more of and even the skin here of the guy. It's more like yellow. I see some oranges, right? So it's more of a temperature thing. More cooler on the right-hand side, warmer on the left-hand side. Kawaii. Look at this, some cute sketches over here, right? I do like this concept. Like I do see these sorts of things where like a character has like a teddy bear version or like a stuffed toy version of a character they like. We saw that also, I think, I think I showed one of these sketches of Mirk. I forgot her name. Mirk and something. Just check out the last episode. It was Catwoman playing with like a stuffed toy version of Batman. I think that was cute. Very kawaii. Let me see if this is a video, like a process video. Oh shit! It's too fast. Okay, so rough sketch, lots of colors. And then they do another line work where it's a bit more like tight. And then they do the flats. And then they do a line work again. Like this seems so long to do. Now in this stage, it does look more like a watercolor painting. So they are adding like a bunch of random, not random, but more like wash like base layers. And then from there, or on a new layer, they'll start painting in, the details, sharpening things up. Can we even? Oh, there we go. I had no idea you could like maximize the fucking view. Jeez, right? Look at that. It does look like a watercolor. You do see like a bunch of washes here with different like. It looks very random, right? But after that, it reminds me of the process of Feng Shui. You know how, for those of you who are into concept art, Feng Shui is like a famous concept artist who's been in this like YouTube space for a very long time. Although it's not very consistent in posting because obviously he has like a job and a school to run, whatever. But in his like technique, he'll have like a line work sketch, right? Just lines, and then he'll grab a photo. He'll put that photo behind or under that line work, and then he will use a blur filter or blur effect to sort of wash out the details of that photo, and then he'll do a new layer on top of that line work, with the blurred photo underneath the line work, and then he'll start painting over that. And I think it generates really cool looking results. And in this way, you don't even have to worry about color too much. So I think it's very similar for a UG or EEJU over here, EEJU, but they're not using a photo. They're just manually adding like the random sort of hues or values they like, and then from there they just paint over or on top of that. Let me just have some coffee. See that? Okay. I'm not sure if this is like an OC. Oh, it's hot here, right? I do like it when characters sort of bleed, when they're like fighting. Like it's so like badass. Like, I don't know, it just feels so hot. Okay. Yeah, I like it. I think they're really into adding those Art Nouveau contour lines. It's not even like a dark color. They usually like to highlight the edge with a very light color, right? It does help make the character pop out even more. But they don't do it everywhere. For example, for the hair, I don't see it being done. So maybe for like in the clothes, maybe like they do use that technique sparingly. It's hard to see the line work here. You do see it in the overall like silhouette, in some of the folds, but I think eventually it does get painted over for the most part. And again, no textures, just a bunch of really strong shapes. I do love I think there's a bit of impressionistic thing happening, right? It's not always like exact. For example, if you look at the folds over here, it's not very exact, but you get where the energy of the fold, like you can tell there's like a pinching area here just by the values being, or the relationship between these different values. It makes it look like that there's like a pinching thing happening in a specific, in this sort of specific area. So you don't have to always be exact. And I think the only place where they're really super like tight and clean is gonna be the face. Oh shit! I was about to spill my coffee. Oh my god. But they like everything within like the clothing. I think they're a bit more. I don't know. Is it exact, or I think there's a lot of like sort of just winging it that's happening. I mean, they do have like a good understanding of folds, but I think a lot of it is, or maybe I just can't see it because I'm just not good in folds. But oh wow, Zaddy. So he's wearing his, what is that, a kimono? I don't even know, but it reminds me of some of the work of what's the artist's name is Haban something, Haban. They like doing characters like this with like a really long sort of imperial, is that a word? Imperial clothing? I don't know. Like very traditional robes, right? And I do notice for this artist they do paint in the background, so that's very ballsy as well. And they do have a lot of artwork that's kind of finished, meaning it could be like a wallpaper. So they do go all the way. Oh, look at the scars for this guy. Damn. That looks gnarly, but at the same time, it's like kind of hot. Right? Like you see the new scars, obviously in red. The flesh is like coming out. And then you have like the old scars, and seeing that contrast, like it shows you that this guy just used to things. Like it doesn't really bother him anymore. Very badass. Interesting. So yeah, I guess that's it for this art review of EEJU or EEJU, or what's the username here? EEJU. So they do have a Pixiv, so check them out there as well. Yeah, I will link this page, this X page, in the description below. Oh, is that a furry? Maybe. And yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the work, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.